Hi, if you're new here, my name is Coach Rose Peterson. I'm a certified personal trainer, both in person and online, and a certified nutrition coach. I help moms locally in Las Vegas, Nevada, and all over the world shed the weight holding them back from becoming their most energetic and authentic version of themselves so they can go after their deepest desires alongside of motherhood. You can find me at fitandconfidentmoms.com. Hey everybody, Coach Rose here, live with my client Colissa. We're going to talk to her about her coaching experience since, when did you sign up, Colissa? Was in March or April?
End of April.
End of April, yes. So we're going to talk about what her experience was, because there are a lot of you guys out there who follow me, listen to me, and are maybe over 50, over 55, and you think that weight loss is just no longer possible for you as you age. And so I wanted Calissa to come in and tell her experience, so you guys are encouraged, and also let you know a little bit more about the coaching program. So I'll introduce myself. I have a lot of new people that's been following me lately. So my name is Coach Rose Peterson. I am the founder of Fit and Confident Academy. I help ambitious women who are struggling to stay consistent with their health and fitness lose the weight holding them back from leveling up in their life, love, and business. So today I'm interviewing my client Calissa because she's had tremendous success since she started coaching with me since April, I think we decided. If you are watching live, type live. If you're watching the replay, type replay. This helps me so much because, one, it tells the algorithm that there is something cool going on Rose's feed, and more people should know about it. And also, if anything resonates with you, or if you have questions for me or Calissa, drop them in the comments so that we can interact with you guys. I see there's somebody on right now, so say hello. All right, Calissa. Just so you guys know, Calissa's my stepmom, so she may refer to me, in that manner, then that's okay. But a lot of people don't know that. And I want to tell you guys that I was surprised, but not surprised when she reached out. So surprised in the sense of, Calissa, you've always told me you're a self-proclaimed exercise hater, right?
Yes.
So, of course, when she said she had this health goal she wanted to work on, of course I wanted to help her. But I also went with the mindset of knowing that you don't enjoy exercise. So how was I going to ease you into a program that was easy to follow and someone who's brand new to fitness? So Calissa, let everybody know, what were your goals when you decided to reach out to me?
Well, my biggest goal was I wanted to improve my health, get off some medications that I could, statin medications, blood pressure medications. And so far I am off of the blood pressure meds. So that's a start. And then, so my goal was initially to have better health overall. And I started noticing as I got older and after I retired that the cellulite started to sneak up on me. I'd always been thin and had never had a huge weight problem until I got a little older, got a little bit more sedate in my living. And then I looked in the mirror one day and went, holy cow, I know who to call.
Exactly. And I love that you're sharing that, you never really struggled with your weight. You're a super active person. I know you as an active person. You never sit still. You always have things going. Tell people who are watching, you've been a teacher for how many years?
I taught for 31 years.
Yes. So if you're out there as a teacher, which I have a lot of teacher clients and I have a lot of teacher friends watching here, you could probably resonate with not being able to, eat during the day, not being able to put yourself first during the day. And, your health or your weight may have steadily snuck up on you, just like Calissa was saying. Hold on, I got to open my questions again. We have some hearts in the comments. That's amazing. So, did you try doing it on your own first before you reached out to me? Just curious.
A little bit. I tried some walking which I had some benefits of the walking when back around 2012 to 2016, I had my youngest was in high school and had a school activity. So that gave me some time while I waited for her to be her taxi mom and
Yes.
take her home. I would walk the track at the high school, walk around the campus, waiting for the kid to get out of the activity. And that was, I had some success there. And I didn't notice too much of a problem until after I stopped doing that. Then I
Mhm.
got closer to 50. And the next thing I knew, my last couple of years of teaching, even though I taught in a very active role, I just wasn't moving as much. But I hadn't changed my diet habits. So it was a recipe for disaster at that point. And I noticed
Yes.
clothes weren't fitting right. Everything was too tight. I looked heavier around my neck and my face. And I noticed a significant difference looking in a mirror from the back.
Yeah. So, why did you decide to reach out to get some help?
Well, I didn't know really where to start.
Mhm.
And I was scared of exercise. And I thought, but I know that that's really the only way to see those health improvements I wanted to see. My doctor had been telling me to do that. I didn't know where to start with exercise. And I didn't, and I was a little bit afraid that if I did a traditional diet or some of the fad diets, I would feel hungry. And I didn't want to be
Mm.
hungry. So that was a
Yes.
worry I had. So I needed some help to get started for
I'm so
sure.
glad that you mentioned both of those things because I think a lot of people, when they start a weight loss journey or they start an exercise program, they have those exact same fears. One, they don't want to be hungry, or they feel that weight loss is a miserable process. And then two, exercise, well, one, it's at first, it's always going to be uncomfortable and there's going to be discomfort. Your body's like, you're asking your body to do things that you don't normally do. But a lot of people associate exercise as punishing type workouts of like lots of sweat or that it's very hard and not enjoyable. So I knew that your exercise that I was going to program, I knew I was like, just have faith. You're going to enjoy it one day and you'll look forward to it. So, that being said, I want people to hear in your own words how I helped you overcome the fear of being hungry. We'll start with that one, the fear of being hungry and having to change your diet and eating habits. Like, how did I help you overcome that?
Well, first was the education I got early on. You explained how food really works and how portions really work and what's best for women. I didn't have the knowledge, the understanding of how much protein, how many vegetables to eat in a day, how women need more carbs than we are often told we need,
Mm-hmm.
and the right amount of fats. And then you gave me that wonderful list of this is what protein looks like and this is how you measure it, and these are some good choices for lean proteins. And the same way with vegetables, what kind to go for, the better choices for carbs, the better choices for fats. I just had never learned all of that. So
Yes.
that was the big thing, is the education.
Good. I'm glad that you got that. Now, how about for people watching? Do you feel that you had to give up your favorite foods? Do you feel like you were still able to incorporate your normal foods that you eat?
At first I thought I would. I
Yeah.
was fearful that I would, and I would miss them. But I really don't, I never really did miss anything. I haven't stopped eating my favorite foods. I've just had a mind shift to it. I fill up on things that are still really yummy, but
Hmm.
maybe a little bit better of a choice. So I
Yes.
don't feel hungry. And I haven't felt hungry all along. So that fear was quickly eradicated it didn't take long. It was just within the first few weeks that I realized, oh, I'm not going to die of starvation.
Yeah. And actually, speaking of first few weeks, I would say, I can't remember the exact number, but I think in 8 weeks, um, you lost
It
so
was
somewhere between 10 and 15 pounds in
it
the
was
first
about
8 weeks.
15 pounds the first 8 weeks. Yeah.
Yes. And I remember you saying to me that it almost felt too simple. Like you're like, what?
Right. I was
Like,
shocked.
yeah. And so I was like so happy for you that at first when you start any new plan and you're figuring things out, how it's going to work, but I gave you a guideline and you're like, okay, I can work with this. Like, this is how much protein I should eat in a day. This is how much carbs I can eat in a day. And it was not like some people come to me and say, well, what about fruit? Like, I love fruit. And I'm like, awesome, keep eating fruit. But it's the ratio of how much protein we need, how much fruit we need. And that's exactly what you needed to know. And that unlocked a lot of things for you. And
Yep.
you realized that once you shifted those things, you weren't as hungry as you thought you were going to be. Speaking of mindset shift, how did I help you shift your mindset around exercise?
Well, I was terrified to exercise. And some of the main reasons were I didn't want anybody to see me looking like a doofus trying to exercise, not knowing what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't want to go to the gym. I want to do it privately in my home, in my comfort zone. I'm
Yes.
a I'm a loner. I want to do it by myself. And I thought, "Oh my gosh, how on earth am I ever going to do this? There's just no way." But you made it really simple because you started with exercises I could do first without any equipment
Mm-hmm.
or minimal equipment. And then you always gave me an option of you can do this exercise this way if you have this, but if you don't, here's another way. And again, it was the education side that I needed that got me going even with the exercise. I learned so much and I'm still learning. And over time, I got braver and started. Your dad and I started purchasing more weights and more
Yes.
equipment and things. So now I have a little mini gym in the corner. Not a lot of things, but just enough to keep me doing more with workouts, not getting bored with the workouts,
Yeah.
trying new things.
And I love that you said just enough, because I think some people have the misconception that they have to join a gym in order to lose weight, but really, no. And like everything that I've programmed for Colissa was step by step, right? So I knew that the first month, these were the basics that she wanted to learn. And then I knew how to um, progress her as she was getting stronger and how to make workouts more interesting. But you really don't need a lot of equipment. Like you said, the main thing is you get stronger, so you need heavier weights. So some people get stuck at staying with small weights, small hand weights, and then they get frustrated that they don't see any more results. And as you get stronger, you do have to increase your weight to get the same result. So speaking of strength training, I want people here to know that the goal with exercise is not to help you lose weight. The goal of exercise, twofold. One, Calissa's doing strength training because it's good for your bones, it's good for your joints. But as she is losing body fat, there's a nice lean tone shape underneath. And if you've seen people who have lost weight without exercise, I say you start out as a plum and then you end up being a smaller plum. So it's like you just a smaller version of yourself. But when you're exercising, you create a shape, like you're seeing muscles in your arms, your legs look leaner. There's the big difference when you add in the strength training. So the strength training is a long game of creating that shape, protecting your muscles and bones, and then also in the long run, it also increases your metabolism. The reason I say long run is a lot of nutritionists and fitness people out there really spout how more muscle equals faster metabolism, which is true. But for women, it takes us much longer to gain muscle. Not saying it's worth giving up. It's completely worth it, because I would love for them to hear, Calissa, do you notice any differences in your strength from April when you got started to now? Is there anything that you can do differently?
Oh yeah, I'm just generally stronger, so that's great. This summer I did a lot of gardening, and that's physical work.
Hmm.
And in the past, it would have been much more difficult to do some of the things, and just strength, more strength in my legs, more strength in my arms. My whole body just feels stronger. So anything physical is just a little bit easier to do than it was when I started.
That's awesome. I love hearing that. So 8 weeks ago, actually, no, not 8 weeks, 10 weeks ago, I launched Fit and Confident Academy and incorporated not just one-on-one coaching, but also a framework to do this with a community where we can go deeper with certain topics every week. So I would love for you to tell them what's your favorite part of belonging to Fit and Confident Academy.
That's the Tuesday night thing, right?
Yes, Tuesday nights. Yep. It's so
Yeah,
funny that you say that because all my other clients call it that. They're like the Tuesday
the
nights.
Tuesday night too. Yeah. The greatest thing is the accountability. It gives
Mhm.
me a reminder to check myself. We talk to each other. We help each other in the Zoom meeting. But the accountability thing, like I hear other ladies talking about things that they were successful with, and maybe it's something I haven't been successful with. But then it reminds me to say, okay, so if they can do that, I can try it. But
Yes,
you're checking in with me. That's what I need.
exactly. I'm glad to hear you say that because so many people, when they are on a weight loss journey or exercise journey, they think that they have to do it alone or that this is my fault. I have to learn how to undo this myself.
Right.
And I always say that there's nothing that humans are actually meant to do alone. We're actually not meant to do a lot of things alone. And with support, you can achieve anything. Place yourself in the right community. That's where you learn. So, if I wanted to get my degree in something, I would go back to college. If I want to, like I did, learn Olympic weightlifting just out of like a crazy thought, then I had to be in a gym with other Olympic weightlifters. I actually met someone this morning who was trying to train herself from like videos and things watching, but she knew that she wanted to get better. So she wanted to get a coach that's specific in that and put herself in that environment. So now I've created this group for all of my clients where you get that accountability, you get that support, you're with your tribe of women that are supporting you and you get to hear their stories, you get to support somebody else. And honestly, that extra layer of community is a game changer for a lot of people. So I'm glad that to hear you say that that's your favorite part. So if there's somebody out there watching, what would you say to someone who's thinking of working with me or there's two parts. What would you say to someone who thinks that they're over 50 and there's just no hope and they've just kind of accepted that their weight is where they're at?
Do it. They need to call you. They need to get working with you. That you're very kind, you're very understanding of everybody's individual needs. You've been very patient with me. The fact that I will not go to a gym and you've made it work for me the way that I need it to work for me. That's why I think everyone that is ready or feels like they need some support and help, they just need to do it. They need to call you, text you, message you, and say, let's start today.
Oh, I love that. Now, what would you say to someone who thinks that they're stuck or that things won't change, or maybe they think their hormones are against them? What would you say to someone who feels stuck right now?
Well, there's if they work with you, then you will help them find other, what they're not doing. There's something they're not that they haven't found yet that works for them,
Yes.
but we're not all the same.
Mm-hmm.
And as women get older, once I hit 50 and now I'm 54, as I get up in my 50s, things change, the body changes, and so we have to change the way we take care of our body. So
Yes.
it's evolving.
Exactly. And that also it's never too late, and don't give up hope, because
Right.
it is never too late, and you are in charge of creating your own life, and that there is hope. And like you mentioned, it just might be, you might have tried a lot of different things in your lifetime, but you just haven't found the right thing. So if you find the right person and the right support, it could be a game changer. And that's what I say to people that get on a call with me, is like, this is not your fault. You just haven't found the right thing. You haven't found the
Mhm.
thing that's going to help you and is sustainable for your life. And so that I'm so glad to hear you say that, because every client that I do work with are different. We have similarities, but everyone's life is different. Everyone's priorities and commitments are different. But my one goal is to help you with your goal. So whatever your goal is, and whatever, like Colissa was saying, working out from home, maybe scared of doing exercise, I knew that there was a certain way that I had to program for you to feel confident and to
Right.
keep going. So, well, thank you so much for agreeing to come on here. I want you to, before we go, let everybody know, like, so far, since you've been coaching, I pulled it up. I think you were down 24 pounds since you started.
Yes. 24. Mhm.
That
And
is
I,
awesome.
and I really more for the health and the strength, and the weight loss was just a bonus.
And that getting off medications is huge too. And I want to kind of recognize you for that, because that's amazing. Many clients actually come to me saying that that's one of their goals, is that they want to get off medication, and that's a big deal, to be able to transform your physiology and your inside health, to say that I no longer need this medication to support. So we may have lost Colissa, but actually we were just wrapping up. Her Wi-Fi may be down. But I want to thank Colissa for coming on and kind of encouraging people who might be watching, that there is hope, and her success story can be your success story. So if you're interested in possibly working with me, if you're a woman over 35 struggling to stay consistent with your weight loss or exercise goal, and you want to start to step into the you that you want to be. You want to reclaim your identity, reclaim your energy, reclaim a new level of life for yourself. I would love to help you with that. Just drop some comments below, more info, and I'll reach out to you to see if I can possibly help. So thank you again, Colissa, and I will see you guys if you have any questions, or if you're watching the replay. Thank you for watching. This is Coach Rose rooting for you to try something new in 2022. See you later. Bye-bye.